There are only two fears that we as humans are born with: the fear of falling and the fear of loud sounds. However, fear of abandonment can often develop when a parent or caregiver does not provide the child consistent, warm, or attentive interactions. A fear of abandonment often stems from childhood loss. This loss could be related to a traumatic event, such as the loss of a parent through death or divorce. It can also come from not getting enough physical or emotional care. And these early childhood experiences can really lead to a fear of being abandoned by others later in life. When a caregiver or a parent is not able to be there for their child emotionally, the child feels abandoned, lost, misunderstood, confused, and a fear of abandonment is very much interlinked with emotions like shame and anxiety. When a child does not feel seen, heard, or cared about, this creates intense emotions like feelings of sadness, feeling alone, feeling like your feelings don't matter. And as a result, a child will often, as a coping skill, do whatever they need to do to work through those intense emotions that are really just too much for their system. And so the child might stuff down their feelings. Maybe they disconnect from those feelings, put up a wall around themselves. Or sometimes, if a fight response is what is initiated, they might act out as a result. And one thing that most children in these circumstances do is they internalize the way they're being treated. So if they are being emotionally abandoned, they never have learned how to emotionally support themselves because they never got it from their parents or caregivers. We learn how to self-validate. We learn how to work through our emotions by how our caregivers treated those same emotions. And if emotional abandonment was what we experienced in childhood, then we tend to self-abandon in adulthood. And because children rely on and need validation and emotional support from outside of self, when you didn't receive it and you don't know how to give it to yourself, you can get stuck trying to get validation and emotional support from outside of self in your adult life. But that is not empowering because you are dependent on someone outside of self to feel enough and worthy and safe. So the key to overcoming it is learning how to give yourself the emotional support that you deserved in childhood but didn't get. And by learning how to show up for yourself emotionally is what helps in feeling empowered from within. When you are there for you and you really learn how to stop self-abandoning and you learn how to show up for yourself, the fear of abandonment will dissipate because you will be empowered from within. And so the purpose of this meditation is to help you to start creating and strengthening the neural pathways that lead to supporting yourself emotionally. And the more often you travel down these neural pathways, the pathways to self-abandonment will atrophy over time. However, please know that while guided meditations are powerful when it comes to strengthening new neural pathways, it is also equally important to learn how to process the shame, the anxiety, and the trauma that created the fear of abandonment in the first place. So be sure to check out the many resources listed in the description box underneath this video. That being said, let's begin. Do not listen to this while driving your car, while operating machinery, or while doing anything that requires your attention. If it's safe and comfortable for you to do so, close your eyes. Let's take a moment to relax, to get into our felt sense, to be in our body. Just focus on your breath, your in-breath and your out-breath, and use the mind-body connection to allow yourself to inhale and exhale using your diaphragm, allowing your belly to expand with each inhale and allowing it to contract with each exhale. Breathing in peace and breathing out any stress or tension. Relax. And now doing a scan of your body, let's see if we can release any tension that we might find. Starting with your feet, the soles of your feet and toes. You might want to wiggle your toes and just relax all of the muscles in your feet. Might want to curl your toes, tensing them, and then relaxing them and just noticing how good it feels to release that tension. Moving your awareness up your calves and releasing any tension in your calves and your upper legs. Now moving to your sit bones. You're sitting in a chair. Can you feel yourself being supported by the chair? How does it feel to notice your body being supported by this chair? Moving up your body, your diaphragm, noticing the gentle exhale, noticing the expansion, the contraction of your diaphragm. Bringing your awareness to your chest area and relaxing your chest area and releasing any stress or tension that you might notice there. Now your shoulders, you might want to pull them up, feel the tension, and then relax them, feeling the tension evaporate into the air, releasing that tension. Your neck, if it feels comfortable and safe to do so, you can move your neck in small, slow, gentle circles, releasing any tension in your neck area. Relaxing your arms, your forearms, all the way down to your hands and the tips of your fingers. Relaxing. And now let's bring your attention to your face and the muscles in your face, the muscles around your eyes, gently loosening those muscles, relaxing them, your jaw, your forehead, allowing the muscles of your face to relax. And now noticing your whole body right here, right now, and just holding space for all the parts in you. From the top of your head, all the way down down to the tips of your toes. And now that you're nice and relaxed, I want you to imagine that you're standing in an interesting looking hallway, and there's a staircase about 10 steps in front of you. And so notice yourself beginning to walk towards that staircase and stopping at the top of that staircase. And using your imagination, imagine that you see a beautiful and interesting looking spiral staircase. What color is it in your mind's eye? What material is it made out of? Is it wood? Is it metal? And now you're going to begin walking down that staircase. With each number that I say, you're going to imagine one step down the staircase. Starting with the number 10. With your left foot, start walking down that staircase. 10. With your right foot, 9. Walking down. 8. Taking another step down. 7. Down, deeper down. 6. Your left foot. 5. Halfway there. Going deeper down still. 4. 3. Another step down. 2. And 1. And now you're stepping off the staircase, and you notice that you're in a room that looks like a theater. It's a beautiful looking room with a very big screen in front of it. But there's only one reclining chair in this room. Where is that chair? Is it close to the screen? Or is it in the back of the room, as far away from the screen as possible? Noticing where that chair is in your imagination. And regardless of wherever it is, allow yourself to go over to that chair and sit down in the nice, comfortable, reclining chair. And notice how you just sink into this really comfortable recliner. You have the option to flip up your feet or to leave the footrest down. It is completely up to you how you choose to sit in this chair. Regardless, get comfortable. Now imagine hearing the sound of the projector turning on and the lights flickering in the screen in front of you. And if you were to ask your subconscious if there was a time in your life when you were younger, no matter what age, a time when you felt abandoned emotionally, when you felt unseen, unheard, and uncared about, a time when you needed someone, and yet you were left to deal with things all alone. Allow your subconscious mind to pull up a memory. It doesn't matter how big or how small. It doesn't matter the age that you were. Give yourself permission to see that memory on the screen in front of you. How old are you in that memory? What do you look like? Is there anyone else involved in that memory? looking at that younger version of you. What is he or she feeling inside? As you're thinking of this memory and seeing it come to life in the screen in front of you, I want you to pause the memory for a second, as if you have a remote control that you can pause. So you hit that pause button, and I'd like you to scan your body and notice if any sensations came up as a result of the memory that was put on the screen in front of you. What sensations came up in your body? Noticing them. Where in your body are these sensations? This is implicit memory that's showing up in your body. The sensations that are coming up in your body are giving evidence to suppressed emotions that need to be resolved. The fact that they are here now, showing up as we watch the projector screen, is evidence that at this moment, you are your adult self, right now, sitting in this chair, relaxed, with pieces of your younger self at the same time. You are the adult you are today with pieces of your younger self showing you that they need some attention. Take a moment to notice that you can be both at this moment. You can be your adult self, and you can have activated pieces of your younger self needing attention and holding space for that right now. If the emotions are very activated and uncomfortable, I'd like to invite you to find a place in your body that feels good or less activated. For example, if there's activation in your chest, you might notice that your feet feel grounding and strong. You might notice strength or comfort to your hands. It doesn't matter where. Take a moment to find a place in your body that feels good and allow yourself to notice this place and to spend a moment here in this place of you that feels okay. And so noticing that there can be a place in your body of activation, as well as a place in your body that feels okay and grounded. Just noticing that for a moment. And I want you to know that at any moment, if your sensations in your body feel too much, feel like they're too activated, you can always pause this video and come back to this place in your body that feels good. And spending time in that place in your body that feels good will slowly help your nervous system to strengthen its ability to also be with the sensations that can feel uncomfortable. Continuing onward. In childhood, when our emotions were too much, when it came on too fast, and when there wasn't support, oftentimes we stifle what we cannot handle. And so by stifling, we don't process and release what's going on inside of us, and it gets stuck in the body. And those are those uncomfortable sensations that come up now. Those are the unprocessed, stifled emotions that were too much for you during the memory that is up on the projector screen. But your child self now has something he or she did not have when he or she was younger. They have you, your adult self. And as we continue this guided meditation, we want to help your child self to notice that and to realize that. So imagine you take the remote control, which you had hit pause on, and now you're going to hit play. And you're watching that memory where you needed someone and you didn't get the support that you needed. And so this time, as the memory is playing out, I want you to imagine that a version of who you are today is suddenly present in front of you. So there's the younger self on the screen. You are sitting in the chair. You are the witness sitting in the chair. And there's a version of you who you are today standing to your side. Is this version of you on your left or on your right? And let's say that this version of you is the best and most empowered version of you that exists. I want you to imagine that this version of you is able to step into that memory on the screen in front of you. And so with your awareness, you are witnessing your best and highest self entering that memory. What would that version of you do? And now bring your child self into a safe space. It could be outdoors, it could be in another room, it could be in another building. But imagine that you were able to go in and rescue that younger version of you that felt alone, unseen, unheard, and that needed someone, and you're rescuing him or her, and you bring them to a safe place. Look down at your child self. In fact, get on one knee so that you're eye level with that younger version of you. For a moment, take in their expression at seeing you. Are they happy to see you? Confused? Irritated? Allowing that younger self to have whatever emotion he or she is feeling. And as I say the following words, imagine that these are your words and you are saying them to this younger piece of you while looking into his or her eyes. I know you may be surprised to see me. And you may even be a little scared, wondering what's going on. But I want you to know that I'm here to protect you. I'm here to take care of you. I saw what was going on in this memory, and I know how hard it was for you to have to go through this, how painful it was, and how confusing it was because You couldn't understand it, and nobody was there to help you. And it was so hard to have to work through this. And I know it was hard because I was there, and I remember. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long to come here and help you. But I'm here now. And you don't ever have to go through this alone again. In fact, you never will be alone again because I am here. I am with you, and I care about you. When you're sad, you don't have to stifle it down anymore. You can come to me, and I will hear you. I will see you, and I will sit with you and hold you and love you. No matter what you're feeling, when you're scared, you don't have to pretend. You don't have to freeze your emotions. I will be here to hold your hand, to let you know that no matter what you're facing, you don't have to do it alone anymore. You have me now. You have your adult self, and I will never abandon you again. I know that I haven't been there for you in the past very much, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't understand. I didn't know how to support you emotionally. In fact, I thought I needed someone outside himself to help with the emotional support. But I'm learning that what will help you to feel best isn't someone else. It's me. I'm learning that when I am there for you, you feel safe. And when you feel safe, our most creative energy is present in the body. And we're able to do such amazing things together. And so I want to invite you to come to me whenever you're sad, whenever you're scared. I won't get upset. Not anymore. I won't get irritated. I won't emotionally abandon you by trying to be busy or by doing things or by looking outside of self for support. I will be there for you because you are so valuable and so precious to me. And I want you to know that there is nothing that you could feel and nothing that you could do that could ever stop me from loving you. I love you so much. I care about you. And I promise to be there for you, no matter what you're feeling, every day for the rest of our lives. And now, imagine being able to take this younger piece of you that has been rescued from a time in his or her life where they were feeling abandoned. And now you take them to a place that is beautiful. Where does that younger version of you want to go? Is it to a beach? Is it to a playground? An open field? Really allow yourself to visualize a beautiful place where you and that younger version of you can spend some time together. And ask that piece of you, and ask him or her what they would like to do with you. And I'm going to be quiet for a few moments as you spend time with your younger self in this beautiful place that you have conjured up in your vivid imagination. And now imagine holding your younger self in your embrace, holding this younger piece of you so close that a door to your heart opens and that younger piece of you is able to comfortably and peacefully enter your heart. Putting one hand over your heart and the other hand on top of that. Take a moment to feel how good it feels to have this piece of you back home. And allow yourself to feel love, unconditional love for this piece of you. Starting at your heart and trickling to every piece of your body. A feeling of love and acceptance. Feeling the energy of love and acceptance spreading through your whole body. Now remember, neural pathways take time to be strengthened to the point that they become permanent. So be sure to listen to this guided meditation regularly. And don't be surprised if each time you listen to this guided meditation, a different memory shows up. And that's okay. Your subconscious mind will always give you the memory that most needs support at the time of this meditation. So trusting your inner self and loving yourself enough to do this regularly so that you create new neural pathways that help your inner self know how to emotionally support yourself. And the stronger you support yourself from the inside, the weaker the fear of abandonment will get. Change does take time, however, so be patient and compassionate with yourself on this healing journey.